Okay folks, I found this somewhere on top of a electrical pillar. This should be disposed very thoughtfully, not in landfill. It'll be disposed of hopefully properly when I'm finished using it. Just thought I'd give it one more use. Actually, we're going to maybe make it map. Going to darken it. No, we're not going to lighten it. Might enhance the text. We haven't used this for a long time. So let's see what this thing is that we're going to demo with. We have here an LG lithium ion battery. So that's that side, and that's this side. I'm mainly interested in this side. But yeah, it says you shouldn't throw it away. Like you shouldn't put it in the bin. It wasn't in the bin, but it still was thrown somewhere it shouldn't have been, or left behind. Obviously it wasn't working, so I'm just going to try and straighten it up nicely. Yeah, that looks interesting, but it looks a bit, unfortunately that's too dark. I think that's the map mode doing that, because it makes things very dark. So I'm just going to kill off the map mode. Oh, I know what I forgot. I forgot to switch it to negative positive reverse. That's what we wanted, and we'll just put it back on map. This should work. That's why it looks so dark, because I had it dark especially for negative positive, which makes it a lot better most of the time, at least. Anyway, you can see the battery floating around in space. That looks really quite interesting. I'm going to make this into a movement piece. So we're going to just take this image and we're going to slip and slide it all over the glass. So now we're just going to take off our settings that we have here. Going to leave that. And we're going to change it to colour, full colour. So this has got to be disposed of correctly, so I'm just going to maybe leave it here. I'm sure I won't forget this time. It's got to be disposed of very, very thoughtfully. Okay, so we're going to take this and slide it around. Yeah, that looks good already. It looks really it looks a bit minimalist, but you got to expect that with this. It looks like it could be utilised. I'm going to make another version of this. So we're going to use this one as our master copy. Yeah, that looks interesting. It looks a bit too kind of like minimalist. I actually think we might remake the master copy and make it more interesting. So maybe on the vertical, I'm going to make it 70.7. On the horizontal, we're just going to stick it to 100. I'm going to make this into something more interesting. I'm going to take this, we're going to slide it back and forth over the glass. I actually think the enlargement for this is to actually make it B4 to A4. So we're just going to go B4 to A4 is 81.6. So we're going to call it, just to be pedantic. So we're just going to place that on the glass like so and slide it back and forth. I don't know how that's going to look. Yeah, that looks interesting. Maybe we could use that, enlarge it, perhaps. Going to use that as our master copy, and we're going to utilise that section there. Yeah, that looks brilliant. We can take that section and make it into something, and it's bright and colourful, as well as no longer a boring minimalist piece. So we've got something good. So we're just going to enlarge. So the horizontal will be 200 and the vertical will be 190. And see how we go with this battery piece. I'm going to try and line it up against the edge, so try and get that there and try to make this fit in nicely. So I'm just going to try and line it up. So I'm just sorry about once again the bad camera work. Okay, that's that. Taking a while, folks, sorry. Yeah, that looks like a good fit. I do think maybe we might darken it a bit because it's a bit wishy-washy. I do think we can make it a lot nicer colour-wise, just make it less wishy-washy, because it is very wishy-washy. I actually think maybe we could go to dot matrix for this, and maybe we could darken a bit as well. So you're going to leave it like that with dot matrix. The dot matrix should bring it up. We don't want to make it too dark. Yeah, still looks a bit wishy-washy, but you can see the difference. It looks a lot better. And the photocopier is making some funny noises. I wonder what it is. Wonder what it is that the photocopier is making noises. I'm going to darken this. We don't want to darken it too much because we don't want to make it too dark and backgroundy. Yeah, that looks a lot better. That looks much nicer. You can see it's a lot nicer. The blacks look a bit nicer as well as the colours. So this is our battery. Was meant to be a battery. This is going to be a fairly prolongated demo, folks. Okay. Still looks a bit of a minimalist piece, but it's not as minimalist as it could be. At least it's got colour as well as black. It's really colourful. So I'm just trying to line it up, folks. It's a little bit tricky. Yeah, that looks really a little bit minimalist, but it still looks nice. I think now we can call this demo quits.